Even though the number of rich people is thought to keep increasing, many regular people are being left behind. If you're one of these people, it's likely because you're doing something wrong. But today, I hope to change that. By the end of this video, you'll know all the best ways to build wealth. Number 1. Educate yourself first. If we ever want to change our financial situation, we must change our thoughts. It's crazy that some people have jobs, but still don't know how to do simple things like filing their taxes. Some people ignore this or think they can just pay someone else to do it, but this is the wrong approach. You can start changing your thinking by learning about the basics of finances. It's a good idea to learn about taxes, or, at the very least, how to do your own taxes. Also, you should understand basic terms like income, expenses, net worth, return on investment, passive income, financial independence, etc. You can also read books related to finance to improve your knowledge. If you don't like to read, you can listen to podcasts or anything else that will teach you about money. Number 2. Get a regular income source first. If you don't come from money and want to be rich one day, you better have a plan. You can't just wake up one day and decide that you want to start saving money. First, you'll need a plan that includes your way of making money, whether it's a regular job or a side hustle. Once you've saved enough, you should start looking into ways to turn your savings into something more substantial. This could mean buying stocks, starting a business, or going to school and getting a certificate for a high-paying skill. No matter which one you choose, make sure you are also mentally prepared for it to not work out and for you to have to start over. Number 3. Make a budget and stick to it. Some people think that having a budget is not cool for some reason. They think that having a budget and sticking to it is being too hard on yourself. But what they don't see is that budgeting has a lot of good things about it. First, you'll learn to be responsible and stop spending too much money on things that aren't important. This can definitely help you save money and get richer over time. I use the 50-30-20 rule, which is quite easy to understand and also works well. Here, 50% of what I make pays for things like rent, food, and healthcare. 30% goes to my needs, like shopping or having fun, and 20% goes to my savings. The main goal of making a budget is to cut back on spending and save as much money as possible. If you plan your income this way, your money will steadily grow each month. In fact, it'll seem quite effortless. Number 4. Build an emergency fund. Let's say you have a Toyota Corolla from the early 2000s that has served you well for a few years. But now that it's getting old, it's starting to have a few problems. It's your only car, and you use it a lot to get to and from work and other places. If something happened to it, you wouldn't know where the money to replace it would come from. But one day the worst does happen, and your car breaks down. The cost of repairs is very high, and you don't know where the money will come from. You can either sell an investment to pay for the repair, or take out a loan that will cost you a lot in interest. I bet you're frowning right now because these aren't the best choices in the world. If you don't want to have to make such hard choices, you should start an emergency fund. Life can be hard to plan for. In the car example I just gave, what would happen if your car broke down in the middle of nowhere? This is where having an emergency fund would have saved the day. This is just a fund you should keep in case something unexpected comes up and you need money quickly. Some smart investors have already done this and have an emergency fund, but they sometimes forget that a good emergency fund should cover your living costs for 6 to 12 months. During the recent pandemic, when many people lost their jobs and had no way to make money, many people realized they needed such a fund. Once you've started saving for an emergency, you can just put the money in your savings account, so it's easy to get to if you need it. Number 5. Invest money. Now that you have an emergency fund, you can start investing without worrying. You can invest your money in a number of ways, but first you'll need to do your research. You wouldn't want to put your money into something you won't be able to keep up with. You can buy stocks on the stock exchange as your first step towards investing. If you didn't know, owning a stock is almost like having a piece of the company, and you'll make money from even the smallest rise in the price of shares as well as dividends that will be paid out. Even though they can be riskier at times, the risks depend from company to company. If stocks make you nervous, you can invest in bonds instead. These are like promissory notes from a company or government. If you buy bonds, the company that made them always promises to give you your money back plus a profit after a certain amount of time. If you want to go this route, you'll need to do your homework on the types of bonds you're buying so you don't get any surprises. You could also put your money into mutual funds. This just means that you buy a bunch of securities at once. Most of the time, it is a mix of stocks, bonds, or both. Even though mutual funds are risky, they can pay off very well in the long run. As a young investor, you should know that all three work well, but they are still risky. All you have to do is invest at the right time with proper understanding. Number 6. Automate your financial life. Most of us know how stressful it can be to deal with money. Between bills, debts, savings, and investments, it can feel like a lot. We sometimes spend money we weren't supposed to or forget to pay bills because we are too busy. Luckily, nowadays there are a few ways to make this happen automatically. Many financial experts would suggest that you have a fixed amount taken out of your monthly paycheck to pay off your debts, save for the future, and also invest. If you turn this feature on, there won't be a single month where you will not save money from your paycheck. The more you do this, the more you'll get used to it, and eventually, you won't even notice how much money you've saved from your salary. It's a great example of how to work smart. Number 7. Increase your retirement savings. Putting money away little by little is a great way to make a fortune. Most people who save money for retirement know this to be true. The 401k plan and the IRA are two very common ways to do this. 401k account is one that is given by the employer to help save a portion of your salary for retirement. Most of the time, the money is put to good use through bonds, mutual funds, stocks, or your employer's stock. With this plan, you can put a portion of your salary into an investment account that will be used to make money for your retirement. The best thing about a 401k plan is that you can decide when to pay taxes, either at the start or when you take money out when you retire. The other one is the Roth IRA, which is a tax-advantaged retirement account that lets you put money in and pay less tax on it. Number 8. Stay diversified. Never put all your eggs in one basket is indeed a wise old saying. You can see that this simple saying has a lot more to it than meets the eye. In business, it just means that you shouldn't put all of your money in one place. Some people might tell you that you'll have more money if you invest it all in one place, but they haven't really thought about your financial security. It's not surprising that some businesses fail or sometimes the market falls drastically, but it will be a disaster if you've put all your money on the losing end. The best way to keep your money safe is to put it in different kinds of investments, so that if one of them goes bad, you'll still have something to keep you going. Number 9. Explore passive income ideas. If you really want to build your wealth, then you need to explore more about passive income opportunities. It's fine to have a good-paying job, but if you're being honest with yourself, you should ask, is that all I need? Find a job that pays you money even when you're sleeping and doesn't require your full attention. There are many options right now, such as writing a blog, marketing, selling digital products, and dropshipping. Putting money into real estate is the best and most profitable way to make money without doing anything. Even though passive income sounds like easy money, it takes a lot of work, especially at the beginning. If you can find a way to make money without working full-time, I bet you'll be better off than most people. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tips on how to improve your finances. Until next time, take care.